get us the money that the fighter sucked up in the beginning. So it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Negative gold malice isn't even a malice. It's a free fighter. All right, we got Invis 2. It's worth checking out. And there's level 1 Temper.
Okay. So given the fact that Temper is level 1, if you see a red mage behind a fiend, you're taking it, right?
No. I understand the appeal, but I hate recruiting. I don't want to go back and rebuy magic. I don't want to do any of that. I'll just hope that I find and we start with a black shirt. That's neat. I would just hope that I find a Saberbonk. But yeah, like it's a bummer to not have Temper, but I think having one Temper caster isn't gonna ultimately be a massive swing in things, especially we don't know where fast lands. We don't know if that red mage is going to be anything other than a Temper battery. And if that's the case, I guess. But Aegis plus 3 shield's pretty good.
See, I feel like you would lose more time having to open every box until you find the power bonk than just, rebuying a few spell levels.
Sure. No, the logic checks out. It's just, you can't guarantee that there's going to be a red mage. But when you're if you're racing Deadpulse, you have to anticipate a very, very strong run. So you have to pick your moments with where you think you're going to get time back. And if picking up Temper on a red mage is that moment, then absolutely. If you think that's something your opponent's going to do and you need to do in order to keep pace with them, then 100% is something you should do. But if there's something I don't know, because there's also what if you find a black belt in the first fight? Do you drop the fighter and just go triple black mage with a black belt? And then you don't really need Temper, you just need fast and a grind. But with regard to opening every box to find, I think I've done enough of these where sure, power bonk I've seen in goofy one-off boxes, like the first box in Toph or a random box in Bahamut. But with better trap treasure enabled, we have 15, 16 targets that we can try to open at least those boxes and see what that gets us. But
fair.
Yeah.
But even then, you're only seeing 3 of the 4 dungeons. You are guaranteed you're gonna miss out on some of those chests. So,
yeah. Now, what might tempt me more to getting a red mage is if we come in here to level 2 and we see life or fade and nothing really doing at black magic. At Cure 3 is enough to start pushing me in the direction of want a red mage. But level I think 3 nukes will do it. 3 nukes will keep me from. I'll just whatever. We'll get if we find a power bomb.
You got the red mage.
Yeah, but that's more spells. That's more shopping we got to do. And if we don't have to, if we get slab late or not late, we get slab early before tail, and we have to double dip Lefane to get to the superstore. That doesn't feel great. If we get tail before slab, then sure. It's great because then we can get all our shopping done with the Lefane Superstore on. But having to fly around, walk to the magic shops in Bravoka, walk to the magic shops in Canaria, and all that, it adds time. And when you're racing something like Deadpulse, seconds add up, and 30 seconds in a town here, 30 seconds in a town there, it really, really starts to pile up. And I don't know. I think it's a fundamental philosophical question that I don't feel fully prepared to answer.
Yeah, I fall into the belief of if you feel like your opponent is stronger, don't play their game. Play your game.
Sure.
Don't get lured into trying to cut corners to try and outfox them. Just play the best game that fits your approach. Yeah. And then just basically count on the seed to screw them over.
That's definitely valid, and we've seen
how I beat you.
It was my second race ever.
It was my second race ever.
You were in the community for 4 years before that happened. It was also probably like my 4th seed that I've ever finished. Anyway, that we don't need to dig up some old great axes. You do make a good point. Like I remember back, I think it was Spring Tournament 2020. Groggy Dog, co-founder of the Center for Competitive Forfeiting, Solid Runner, one of the early Duckling Supremes, winner of the Duckling Derby. I think very first one after Gouda. So the second one, it's not the very first one. But anyway, was racing Thunder, and Thunderclawed, one of the top runners at the time, and I think at one point he held like the Pixel Remaster world record, like super strong runner, and lost to Groggy Dog because Groggy Dog played what she said. He played to his strengths. He was prepared when he went into Topher. He never took a wipe in Topher and just pushed through it. Thunder was in Topher like a full 20-25 minutes before Groggy, and like Groggy still hammered it out. So there's something to be said about that. If Deadpulse bum rushes Topher and gets blown up with this party, and you come in behind it with a red mage that has some spells, something that Deadpulse didn't do, a little added safety, it could be the difference in a race, 100%.
So speaking of that red mage, though, so if we do find a red wizard, we do have heal 3 access at that level 6 shop. So now we're done with all the theory. To kind of recap what we've seen so far, we saw a ruby and a cube out of the royal family, and the pirates gave us a ship in a completely vanilla twist. Yeah,
so Deadpulse flipping the coin, going to Marsh looking for the Canal. Ice could also have the Canal.
Yeah.
Both plays are valid, and both plays are 100% possible with level 2 nuke. Like, we just, use those black mages to afterburn our way through any sort of dungeon. We could do, in theory, we could do like C right now if we got really favorable rolls.
Yeah, and the sages
in turn order.
Yeah, the sages give us the bottles, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like you said, this is a coin toss at this point, because we know that our Canal has to be somewhere on the inner sea, but we don't know which of these caves is going to give it to us. But we've got 3 nuke casters. I'm going to be honest. Mm-hmm. I'm a little bit tempted to just say, I'm just going to go do ice.
I've seen runners here take this skill, like this loadout, especially if Deadpulse comes in, finds they like Hail or Rod or something else not required to leave the inner sea here in Marsh. I've seen runners pivot and with 3 nuke casters just go and knock out Volcano before going to ice, because ice is more likely to have nastier scripts and things to see, and it could cause more of a hang-up, where Volcano can be a place to get pretty good early to mid-game levels. So I'll be curious to see what Deadpulse does if this isn't the Canal. And that's a French vanilla spike tile. Cobra's native to Marsh. And both of our runners, you can see, and there's the Canal. Okay.
Do you think that if you microwave snake, it still tastes like chicken?
It's rubbery chicken. Yeah. So Deadpulse has a Canal. He's got 3 warp casters. I'm willing to put $20. Deadpulse's next location is Ordeals.
Yeah. And I believe we did, well...
If Kylio opts out of ice in lieu of Marsh, like, I wonder, ice might not be the wrong play here. There could be a floater or a key to floater or a key to loot, where if Deadpulse leaves the inner sea and leaves Ice Cave behind, I'm not saying it's bitten me before, but there's more times where that is not done well for me. The fast at level 4 Lightning 3, I didn't see level 4 white magic, or level 3 white magic.
I'm not sure either runner's been checking white. I would at least assume one of them is going to look at level 3 white just to know what that knight can learn.
Looking at
that's Thavian's, life 2.
Yeah, looking at Thavian's notes, life 2 on the knight. So I don't need a red mage. I got life 2 on a fighter. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Temper's nice, but we got an incentive Warple. We'll have life 2. We'll have a ribbon guaranteed to find if we just clear every location. Deadpulse, you're making me look like a liar, buddy. All right, I'm disappointed in Deadpulse. What's Kylio up to? He's not going to ordeals. He always goes to ordeals.
He's chasing the ruby. You have an early ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's basically on the way to ordeals.
Oh, I get it. I understand it, but I'm just saying this isn't Deadpulse's routine. So we'll see. It's fine. I lost $20. Good thing nobody took me on that bet. Now watch. This is going to be like TNT to Rod, and the Titan's going to have Slab or something. Oh, Chime. Yeah.
Engine we have available.
Yes, Chime Cube. I really like...
Deadpulse, I believe, is Team Sky.
Yeah, like in these flags, I love Sky, Sea, and Volcano. I don't like to do Earth unless I have to. It takes so long to walk through. Sun +3 is pretty good, and there's our tail. So, all right. We sail south. We'll be able to promote. It's pretty good. That we'll be able to equip that Aegis Shield. I mean, we already have the poison resistance, but it's really nice. Absorb.
Yeah, no, like that's the best armor we've got so far on Deadpulse's side.
Yeah, it's what, like 19 absorb or something like that?
So Kylio back in Crescent. I'm not sure what he's been up to. Did he take a wipe after his trip to... No, okay.
Ooh, I like it. Some route divergence.
Hey, that's an ice cave play.
So maybe he went to Elfland, saw warp, and was just like, "All right, we're going to ice." So
yeah,
this
had to be it.
This could be huge if this is like floater.
We'll see. So Deadpulse, meanwhile, like you said, going to go ahead and class change.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's perfect timing for it. And from here, we still haven't seen a shop item. A caravan and on-rack right there are tempting, but I think ordeals with level 3 warp charges, like we're going to ordeals. There's an herb. That's nice to turn in after we do ordeals.
A stick if we feel like going after carry.
And free pro ring. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Then we can even slap that black shirt on someone.
Yeah, good amount of absorb. We're not getting any sort of extra resistances based on what the black wizards come with, but Deadpulse, stop making me a liar. I've had enough of this woke. I won't stand for it any longer.
Okay, to be fair to Deadpulse, we've seen a lot of seeds where runners were just kind of like, I don't need to go to the on-rack area yet, and it turned out that they really needed to go to the on-rack area.
No, that's fair. I mean, it's just Deadpulse. If you've ever watched the guy stream, you know he does ordeals right away. So, but Budge making we don't have Oxyale, so it's one of those things like proximity routing in these flags. You try to do it, but you really can't do it all the time.
It's one of those things. I don't know how Deadpulse and Kylio's game 1 shook out, but I'm wondering if some of this is Deadpulse maybe trying to shake things up a little bit because he saw something that Kylio did that made him think, well, I need to be a little more aggressive in some of my routing decisions, just in case.
I like this play from Kylio. We come down, we do the drop through, we check the tile. It's the wrong eye, but we're going to check the better trap treasures, and there's the power gauntlet. And from here, we warp, and this is already a game-changing play. Essentially.
Here's the thing. Whatever's in this box is going to be huge. Because if this is a non-essential in this box, that's massive for Kylio.
This is true. Yeah, if this is the Vorpal or the ribbon, especially the ribbon, because that means Deadpulse will fade ice, but Deadpulse just... Oh, Trance Eyes! That's not necessarily a free grind, but the fighter does resist status. I don't know if Trance is non-elemental in these flags.
I think it's non-elemental in these flags.
Yeah, so this is not ideal. There's TNT. Also not
Yeah,
ideal.
I don't know. I feel like that it's a very big eye deal.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Xcal -2. That's still pretty good for that fighter to be swinging. With the damage bonus up to +30, it feels great.
All right.
I'm not playing your games. Well,
all right. So
you're just gonna have to deal with that.
But yeah, so I think a ribbon, or if say one of our Fiend Dungeon accesses is here and Deadpulse finds the other, like if our rod is here and Deadpulse finds Oxyale first, say.
Yeah.
That would be another thing that would push Deadpulse away from ice.
Yeah, Kylio checking the 6-pack down here, getting a lot of gold. Still haven't found the shop item, but here we go. Floater!
Ooh, that's...
Ooh!
What's interesting about that, vanilla floater is kind of a last location play.
Yeah. The other fascinating thing here is Caravan and Onrek don't have a shop item, so our shop item is in fact in Gaia, which should tell Deadpulse that there are 3 key items now behind the floater, so floater's likely required. So now he's going to be hunting for the floater, and he's probably kicking himself. I should have gone to Ordeals right away, and unfortunately for him, Ordeals isn't going to be the play. But now Kylio, all he's got to do is navigate this river system, which should be no problem. We got 3 new casters. Get in the air. His start and Titan checks will be much faster. And this is the only optimal play here is sailing to Ordeals and docking at the river thing. But everything else, movement-wise, Kylio will have an advantage until Deadpulse goes to ice.
I mean, the thing is like, it's only optimal if you're already near Ordeals. If you have to sail to Ordeals from the inner sea, then like flying there is way faster.
Yeah. Now the other thing is Deadpulse. It's also worth talking about. Deadpulse has only got 1 location left, so floater's either here or it's behind a fetch quest, and or ice. You know what I mean? So we've got the herb to turn in, we got the TNT to turn in. So we're going to do all that, which could lead us all over the place if we get, awkward fetches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. Deadpulse only has 1 more dungeon that can have an item available after this check. But Deadpulse is likely going to be following these fetch quests for a little bit before going into ice, because no one wants to go into ice before they do their fetch quests.
Map check. Drink some water.
My glass is actually empty at the moment, or I would.
Oh, stay hydrated, homie.
I do stay hydrated.
It's important. It's important. So Kylio gets his chime. Deadpulse is going to show us what these spike tiles have, and this is like one of the scariest spike tiles. Like, there's so many potentials for scripts here. Jerk birds, mummies are always gross. Kylio can't figure out how doors work at the moment, so we'll check back in with him in a minute.
To be fair, doors are complicated and dumb.
It's a hole in a cave, Woat. Oh, white shirt. That's pretty nice to find. Now, the other interesting thing is when Deadpulse, if Deadpulse goes, because we could, any one of these fetch quests could turn into key to loot, right?
Yeah.
And then, the ribbon already, never mind. I was going to say ribbon, Vorpal, and rod could be behind the floater checks, but that's not the case now. But so floater's gonna be required to get access to all of the dungeons in theory.
Well, see, that time Kylio figured out the hole in the ground problem.
Holes in grounds are different than holes in walls. I'll give you that.
Okay. All a floor is a wall for your feet.
Yeah, but gravity's also a factor.
It's a wall between your feet and gravity.
I mean, I guess I've fallen through doors before. All right, so there's our loot. So that's loot and key are always required in this flag set. The dungeon items we take are wibbly, So
like 3 fiends, and at this point in brackets, we're still on the you can pick which 3 fiends you're going to fight phase.
Yeah. Equip that Aegis shield. Thank you.
I was about to start fussing at Kylio, but you beat me to it.
Yeah, he was doing some inventory management. Now, see, I would love to have a white mage with that light axe +3 because harm hurts all is on, and it's one of my little joie de vivre in these flags is just white mage just spamming harm to forever and ever and ever and ever.
Mm-hmm. Look, I'm just happy we had a Sun Sword roll up today.
Yeah. So more fetches for Deadpulse as TNT turns to Crystal. I hope this turns back into Adamant and we get passive-aggressive lazy dwarves where they're not talking to each other. You got to go talk to their joint friend Matoya, who's, doesn't want to be the peacekeeper in this relationship, but she's forced to. Like, that's my head lord. Like, please be Adamant, Matoya. I've seen it happen a lot. And there we're getting life 2.
Immediately going back for life 2. And grabbing cure 2 just in case, but you don't need the cure 2.
I mean, improved cure is on. There's a rod, so womps all around, but we just... The
only situation where you theoretically want that cure 2 is if you are trying to heal your fighter in the middle of the chaos fight.
Yeah, it's a break glass in case of emergency, but
but you're using your knight's turn to do it, and at that point, you probably should have just swung again.
I can see again merits to both sides, but it's you got to be able to survive the fight, and if you swing and kill him, that's great. But if you swing and you don't kill him. Now if he chip damages you down, that feels terrible. And now Deadpulse is heading to ice, so he knows he's got to go here. We'll see how greedy he gets with the ice as Kylio's cleaning up the fetches.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's the thing, is Deadpulse could very easily go, I had to last location this floater, there is a good chance my opponent went here first.
Kylio will be right back after these messages. I'm assuming we're going into Volcano for a grind. Let's check these tiles, clear the armory, and we'll find out in about 15 seconds, probably. Deadpulse, yeah. I mean, if you're Deadpulse here, do you loot the dungeon, or do you just get the incentive and warp out?
I think it comes down to how likely do you think it is that your opponent went here first.
Yeah.
When you see that floater, you have to go, how much of an advantage? The fact that Deadpulse is going into this tile, Deadpulse is going to get this power bonk.
Okay, that's huge for Deadpulse.
Yeah.
He's going to get the Pro Cape and the power bonk. Kylio is clearing the armory here. Metal Slime's pretty good. Pretty good with this party. All these new casters. Let her rip. Was that a wizard stick cast?
Yeah, I think Kylio got the wizard and mage stick mixed up. Which, to be fair, it's a suboptimal naming scheme. But hey, there's a Thor hammer.
Yeah. Yeah. They're hitting hard. And they're ambushy, so I don't know how long. I mean, I would love it to see a warp out and use a house, come back in fully charged up. Because we're not in a good position here if they suddenly decide to have a script when they ambush.
If I Kylio's shoes, I maybe take one more fight.
Yeah, if he's taking the time to heal, yeah.
Well, that knight is level 14 already. I'd take at least one more fight just to go ahead and get that first spell charge before coming into Volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah, now see, this is the part where I might say, I can come back later. This is an accessible grind. But Kylio...
Oh, we're getting picky. We only want to take this fight if it's 6.
I like that.
Man, three's not enough. 6, perfection.
I respect that play.
Yeah. Amazing. All right, Deadpulse going to jump up into the air, and I would imagine head to Gaia to find our shop item and see what this bottle turns into. Kylio heads deeper into the volcano.
Right,
That's an expensive crown.
I would argue that it's probably fair market price for a crown.
There's our... All right, so at least it's more fetches that are near each other. Synergy. And one of them's going to be the slab. The other's going to be the oxyale. Or no, one of them's going to be... I have Vorpal still out there, so Key could be hiding Vorpal or oxyale. But, feels bad.
Remembering to heal your party as you're running through the lava fields, unlike certain restreamers who I will not name.
And there's oxyale, so this crown could be slab or key. What's it gonna be?
So yeah, Kyle almost certainly going to go check these upper left better trap treasure chests because he knows that there are slimes up here as well.
Yeah, the Grey Worm tile, it's pretty nice. Then there's the Priagama. And you can see levels about the same for both runners, but Deadpulse is effectively full cleared the game at this point. Gonna take the slab. He knows the slab will turn into the key. The key is hiding the Vorpal.
And he wants that Vorpal.
I'm curious that we're buying spells here when we have to go to Lefane anyway.
I mean,
I guess
Deadpulse may not have done all of the deductive work yet.
Tana -1 for Kylio. If you find a thief, do you pick it up? It's more. It's not as many nuke casters, but it will be a temper caster, and it's a backup melee.
Okay, so picking up a red mage is beyond the pale and unthinkable, but picking up a thief for the temper casts, that's something you'd consider.
Only because of the katana. Katana -1 is still a viable weapon, and we have a power gauntlet. So, like the thief, it could be a viable in-game option, and the fighter just tanking up front with the X-Cal or the Sunsword. Yeah,
I was gonna say with a Sunsword +3 and a power bonk in hand, I don't necessarily think I need the thief at this point.
Yeah. I like I said, going back to the original argument, like I don't like recruiting in these flags. Like I put my blinders up. I just run the party that I'm given. Especially if it's a 4 force, I feel like, the runners they've agreed to allow recruitment. I think it goes against the vibe of the 4 force. Like this is the force. Like if you want to, drop one off and just leave them dead the whole time, like it's fine. You 3-man it. But I think dealing with the hand that you're dealt is the true spirit of 4 forced. But
see what I enjoyed, I've seen it once or twice, is forced recruits.
Oh yeah, that's when you just have you go 3-man and you just have a revolving door on that one. Just nope, you're out this time.
It leads to some interesting decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, Kylio switching up this carry fight. Okay, making our decisions. It's all nukes. Yeah, that's the way to go. That's the way to get through this. We could get cute with a Quad X, but that's a Hail Mary. Just let the damage do it. Yeah. On and through. And that is a black belt, and it looks like we're going to recruit it. And we're putting it in place. All right, fighter black belt.
I mean, the mages have the levels, and honestly, like...
The black belt has plus 40 HP. It can equip red mage armor, and it has minus 5 luck. So it's not the best black belt, but it's definitely not a bad black belt. You know, we don't have a hit percent malice. The red mage armor will give it some survivability if we want to, you know, put chain armor on it for whatever reason.
Didn't it have like a +4 on chain this seed?
Yeah. But Kylio with an orblet, Deadpulse about to light his first orb. And there's the adamant for Kylio, which will get him the Oxyale. And this is a closer race than the tracker demonstrates.
Only thing that Kylio doesn't have that he needs at this point is that slab pickup.
Well, that'll come from the crown, and he did buy the crown.
Yeah. So Kylio, like, once he gets the slab, if he chases that down instead of chasing waterfalls, that'll be good shape.
Yeah, like if he leaves Sky and heads to turn in the adamant and the slab and gets Oxyale and slab, like he's in full on go mode at that point. Like he won't know it, but we will.
And there's a Banesword pickup. That's going to be convenient if we go after both Tia and Kraken. Yeah. Because our Brack is not readily accessible.
Yeah. All right. So Deadpulse coming into the volcano. Kylio put on a show, man. Like this, he's a newer runner. I think this is his first major FFR event, and kind of a very unlucky draw catching Deadpulse. But the upside to it is that you get to watch your run right next to one of the best in the communities at the moment. So you really get that side by side comparison. I think he's gonna do well.
I mean, it's going to be especially satisfying if you win it.
Yeah. Oh, Catman with trance.
Yeah, that trance coming into play is less than ideal.
Yeah. That's fine.
So, one thing that is worth pointing out about Kylio taking that black belt, Kylio has already promoted, so that's a master.
Yeah. That
black belt has absolutely nothing for in defense.
Yeah. We're going to need a ribbon. Hopefully, but yeah, it's gonna get bodied by everything. Unfortunately, that's the problem with like black belts and recruiting in these flags, like because you're in such a rush to promote, typically, because you don't want to double dip Bahamut because Bahamut's incentivized, and you want to like start getting your spell charges as soon as possible, but then. And because you can only get the black belt behind Fiend, it's rare that you're going to hit a Fiend unpromoted, which would have been interesting if Kylio had taken Volcano as soon as leaving Ice. We had the new casters. We were pre-promoted. It would have been an interesting play. And he would have gotten the black belt pre-promotion. But that's wishful thinking.
The good news for Kylio, at least, is Deadpulse is probably also going to run into these, though Deadpulse probably is going to have the levels by the time he gets here, to where that trance is going to be less of an issue.
Yeah, this is just reset. Just keep resetting, and not hard resetting, but he's burning encounters, okay. So just reset, and just reset. Just reset. Okay, you got turn order that time. But just reset
like 3 of these fights.
Yeah. And Deadpulse is just eating metal slimes. Not getting picky about his portions either. He'll take 3 at a time.
So I just accidentally knocked my headset off, so anything you said that was insightful, I just missed.
It's fine. It's fine. So, Kylio, opening more boxes. I'm not crazy about the box opening. Oklahoma +4 is
I'm pretty sure this is I need a ribbon move, because Kylio never went to ordeals.
This is true.
So he doesn't have an Excal, and he doesn't have the incentive.
Yeah. That is a good point. So more run and gun strats from Kylio. Just get out of here, getting away from these catmen. The higher we go in the tower, the farther we get away from these anthropomorphic cat people.
Also, to answer your question, chat, Caleb says plenty of stuff that's insightful, especially about food.
Yeah. I did find out that both of our runners like tacos. Big fan of tacos.
Okay. I don't want to meet people who don't like tacos, Caleb.
Yeah, I mean, people are allowed to like whatever food they like.
Yeah, but I just assume that there is some variety of taco that appeals to you if you are a human being.
Yeah, my mom doesn't really do tacos, but then she doesn't really get into like Tex-Mex as a whole. So like I understand that there are people out there that don't get down with it, but it's I love tacos though. Like, so when you think of tacos, well, do you go corn tortilla or flour tortilla?
I go with whatever what is serving me the street taco does.
It's probably a corn tortilla.
Yeah, it's almost certainly a corn tortilla, but I am less concerned about that and more concerned with deliciousness in my hands.
Sure.
Because I like both.
Is Deadpulse going to take a black belt?
I cannot imagine,
8 hits for 969 damage. I don't know if Deadpulse is taking that black belt.
Yeah,
that's black belt damage.
He's got an Excal in hand, and he knows where the Vorpal is.
Alright, so that's 2 orbs for Deadpulse. We're headed to Sky. We're going to see how Deadpulse handles these trans catmen.
Yeah, he's level 23, so he's got about 6 levels on Kylio confronting these things. That might be enough to push him over the entire party's stunned mark. But he also might just run.
Kylio is getting a little bit of reward here, getting Opal Armor plus, I think it was 3 or 2, and that's massive upgrade. Absorb-wise over Iron -1, but there's the trance dance. You hate to see it.
His new caster stays on his feet though.
Yeah, that's clutch. These black mages. I was gonna say should be able to clear out the Catman with a single nuke, but that last one proven to be a little thick. When it comes to flour versus corn tortillas, to me, it's what's on the inside. Like if I'm doing a fish taco, it should be flour. But if I'm doing pork or meat, any sort of cloven hoof cattle kind of animal, corn. And chicken, I think you can go either way, whether it's corn or flour. I think corn has a better flavor, but flour offers something with regard to texture that's really nice. And then there's crunchy corn tacos. See, I'm not a crunchy taco guy. Where do you fall on that divide? What are you like? Do you like the crunchy shells?
I tend to favor soft shell myself.
Yeah,
but I'm not necessarily opposed to crunchy shell, just because in my book that just means impromptu nachos when half the filling falls out on the plate. Yeah,
for real. I like when Taco Bell introduced the double-decker taco. Teenage Caleb's brain was blown. And that's now one of my favorite things if I have a crunchy taco shell, I'm making a double-decker at home. With the flour, the refried beans, then you put the crunchy, then the taco filling, and it's all of it in one. It's just carbs on carbs on carbs.
So just as a quick aside, so Kylio has been opening a few more boxes here in Sky and finds a ruse stick for his trouble They both did.
Simultaneous ruse kit.
Yeah, but I think Kylio's basically been doing sort of a walking grind, opening boxes here in Sky.
He needs, like, and Deadpulse, the efficient machine, coming in. We'll see, because Deadpulse is going to be ready for Topher immediately after killing Tia. Like, he'll head do the slab stuff and get his key and be right there at Topher, and we'll see if his level 24 party is enough to get it done.
I think the question is, he still has to go get the key.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the slab stuff, because it'll be slab to key.
Yeah. The question is, does he stop off in the treasury to see if he's got a good Vorpal hiding there?
Maybe, because
that X-Cal rolled down, I think. I think it's a -2 X-Cal.
Yep.
Yeah, so if that Vorpal rolled decent, you want it.
Yeah, 100%. And I think Deadpulse might peek in, because we know he should know that there are no other fetches to turn in. It should just be straight up Vorpal, and it's a pretty quick check. Warmag punching out dead, irony. And so we're getting a last minute XP dump here up to level 28 for Deadpulse.
Yeah, that is good enough experience to finish the fight.
And Kylio didn't open too many boxes to see Warmech.
No, I think it's the other way around. Kylio opened enough boxes to have burned off that Warmech encounter on the earlier.
Yeah, it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's not going to get that XP dump that Deadpulse got.
No, I think Deadpulse also just has. I'm not sure if Kylio necessarily has enough in the tank to have cleared Warmech as handily as Deadpulse did.
Yeah, without the X-Cal was doing some serious work, but Kylio, just a few seconds behind Deadpulse, level 22 across the board. Definitely in need of more levels, but... Well,
Kylio still has to go gain access to a third Fiend dungeon, so Deadpulse, a decent amount of elite at this point, like a full dungeon ahead.
Did Deadpulse translate his slab?
Well,
I would like to think he did. Okay, we did. Okay. So I don't remember him going back to Melmund, but... Uh-oh. Oh, no!
Beautiful.
Got the linebackers. The Lefinian linebackers, but... Oh. Kylio, I was rooting for you, buddy. I was rooting for you. Alright, Kylio, go translate your slab? Or you gotta go kill Astos first. Deadpulse buying Lock too? Deadpulse! My man did like a whole rant about against Lock.
I would like to point out, we do have fast at level 4, but you can only fast your fighter once, but you can lock to your enemies a lot more.
I know. I believe in lock strats. I'm calling out Deadpulse here because Deadpulse has actively worked against lock propaganda, so to speak. So we're translating our slab. Kylio is gonna go to Lefane, get his key, be in go mode, and probably do C? What are we doing in here? What are we doing? Oh, check his spike tiles. Okay. So we are going to see what this Vorpal did.
+5.
Yeah, that's an upgrade.
So that's going to bail Kylio out if he kind of tackles things in. Well, let's go see what's in the treasury after getting this key. Although it looks like Kylio is going to do C possibly into Waterfall before that. I
mean, if he does that, he will find the eyes. So he's going to find the eye, and the eye does have trance, and that is just going to body that master. So he's going to think he's found a good grind for that black belt, but it's a trap.
I mean, the good news is he's probably not going to be able to kill off his party before finding out that he does not want to grind the master on those eyes.
I mean, master's already doing some damage here, so...
I mean, well, that master's already 6 hit.
Yeah.
Like, the promotion doesn't hamper the ability of the master to punch things, just...
So, yeah, he's got good backup melee on the knight. Now we can fast 2 people. So... I don't know. We'll see what Topher does. Sometimes Topher doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah, like, the big thing on Deadpulse's side is none of these mages are safe from a bad nuke roll.
Yeah.
Remotely.
Yeah.
So, like, we do have 4 shots of life 2, but 1 nuke will eat almost all of your life 2 charges. And at that point, you have to keep that 3rd shot specifically to pick up a black mage in the hope that you can get a fast off against chaos.
Yeah.
So
now, yeah. On the topic of tacos, I did ask our runners what their favorite kind of tacos were, and Deadpulse, a fan of the chicken tacos, although prefers corn dogs to tacos. That's fine. I like corn dogs too. And Kylio likes a chicken or steak, but spicy. I like a spicy hot dog. I like a spicy hot dog too, but also spicy taco.
To be fair, tacos and hot dogs are basically the same class of food.
Yeah, just different ethnic backgrounds.
you just have you use a different.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what category both tortilla and bun falls into, but they clearly fall into baked good. You use a different baked good for each of them.
It's wheat. It's good for you. Lich is or not. I guess if it's corn, it's not. It's corn. Lich 2 here and gone. Kylio gets the TNT. Gotta open these boxes. The Deadpulse. There's the X-Cal. So happy day. And Kumo in chat still shilling this barbecue propaganda. We're not talking about barbecue today. We're talking about tacos.
So you have to specify what you mean when you say barbecue, because there's about 6 different things that can mean, and all of them mutually despise one another.
I like it all. Oh, there goes 1 dead black wizard for Deadpulse.
Look, all I'm saying is nothing brings me greater joy than watching, like, Oklahoma and Texas fans come together whenever someone badmouths brisket. Or Whataburger. Either or. It's heartwarming and also terrifying because when they're of one mind, it's kind of scary.
Alright, this is slow going here for Kylio trying to get this set up, and there goes the trance through, and this is not the way we want to get our party killed off, but especially... Oh, no, it's trance into frost into cremate, and there's Kraken too.
Yeah, this is suboptimal on Kylio's side, but he's pushing through. I'm also genuinely surprised that he stalled out another round before going, wait.
Deadpool saw Kraken cast fast. And immediately got through the fight, but there was some concern there, I'm sure.
At least nice, like, having survived that.
Yeah.
Knowing that neither Tia nor Chaos can break out the fast.
Time to head into Tia 2. We're going to nuke, we're going to fast, we're going to swing, and we're going to nuke. And get punched in the face by Tia. So immediately everybody within nuke threat by Tiamat. 9 hits, 468. So we're doing damage. We would love a temper right about now, but we don't have one. I don't know. Also didn't see a red mage for sale anywhere, but I did see a thief buying Tia. And 9 hits, so about 2,000 damage here. Tia should be gone soon. We've done like 4 or 5 nukes. Next big nuke roll should take care of Tia. Yeah, 200 damage there. So Deadpulse going to land on Chaos with a full complement of Light Warriors and about 38 heal pots.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Kylio is aware of the fact that that black belt has no MDef.
Yeah, it's scary.
Like, no matter how much you grind this black belt, that trance is going to more likely than not land every time if the eye gets it off.
Now, if he does a duo grind here to 32, I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, no, that's a lot more viable because that fighter is probably about to reach the point where trance is not a threat.
Yeah.
But
here we go. It's chaos time. Whoa.
Yeah, it is. We got fast coming off. I think we saw a ruse stick come out.
Oof.
And we definitely need that ruse stick. Holy cow. Okay, maybe that cure 2 is Okay, fine. You were vindicated. You
have to expect the worst in these flags.
Although what I'm enjoying right now is Deadpulse is just having all 3 of the mages just dumping potions down the fighter's throat.
It's a different kind of temper. We're watching Deadpulse lose his temper. But here comes 3 nukes, 119. 370, high roll there for Hope. We'll see what Chaos does. And there's a swirl. Spooky, scary, non-elemental damage. We lose Hope. But we haven't lost Hope yet.
We never had Hope. It's 2023. That went out of fashion years ago.
Chaos dipping more and more into his skill script. We hope that there's not a nuclear. There's a nuclear. Oh no. We've lost Dead. And there it is.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was not ideal, but Deadpulse, get those GGs in chats, takes down Kylio in game 2, will advance to the round of 32. And yay!
And face off against the vicious and dangerous Caleb.
Me, kitty. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna see if Deadpulse wants to come and talk to us about it. Kylio still giving this the old FFR try. Got to respect the stick-to-itiveness.
See what's behind Kraken, so. But
and there, we have a Deadpulse. GG's, buddy.
Oh, friends.
You are stupidly quiet.
I am
shout louder.
Yeah, your mic is on the other side of the house, Deadpulse.
Oh my! Well, how about this? I just start screaming. Dark.
Yeah, I wonder if it's
Darkmean muted me.
I wonder if it's a different mic your Discord's picking up.
Soon.
Hold on.
But Kylio is once again at commercial break. So when you think about tacos, Wout, as Deadpulse tries to fix his audio, what do you like to put on your taco?
Fairly straightforward. It's, the meat, preferably some cilantro. I thankfully do not have the gene that makes it soapy.
Yeah, soap gene, yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah. And then it just kind of depends on, is someone else making it or am I making it? Because if I'm making it, then it's just like cheese, lettuce, I'm done. I